Hey guys, it's John from ARTV. Time for a review of the debut self-titled record from Hozier, an Irish singer-songwriter. This is his debut album. It debuted in the US at number 2 on the charts. Wasn't really digging it at first. One of my best friends told me about the album. She actually asked me for a recommendation on it, should she get it or not, after hearing a couple of the singles. And I said, you know, it's kind of dull to me. I wasn't really getting into it. It wasn't clicking with me at first, but she actually ended up buying the album for herself. She came down here, visited me, hung out for a few days, and that record got played a lot, and I really started coming around on it. I started seeing it for what it was, and she said something that kind of opened my mind to it, made me see it in a different light, if you will. She said, play it in the background maybe while you're not really doing something, just riding in the car, maybe your focus is a little bit on something else, you're doing some work, you're at work, you're just relaxing, and just play the album. And that's when I really started coming around on it. I would hear songs like From Eden and hear such beautiful melodies, and the instrumentation is just so intricate at times, even though it may seem simplistic to the simple ear. Once you come around and actually pay it a little bit more attention, not only on that track, you'll appreciate it a whole lot more. From Eden, Cherry Wine, which closes out the standard edition of this record, is just so beautiful. It's so simple. It focuses on these elements of nature and at the same time is very introspective, kind of digging into Hozier's thoughts, and it's really interesting to hear. The more I listened to this record, after maybe a couple of listens on my own, I started realizing that, hey, I want to hear this thing again. There's actually a lot that I can dig into here. Hozier is a great songwriter, and he proved that right off the bat. First song I ever heard, obviously Take Me to Church, the smash single. Gone from playing these tiny little gigs to all the way up to SNL. That's great. I love that this song is getting so much success because I have never heard anything like this lyrically. This is a beautiful track. Hands down in the top 10 for my favorite songs this year. I've been listening to it since probably March of this year, I would say, was when I first heard it. I'm sure that was a little bit late considering it was released late last year, I believe. But still, each time I hear it, it's just sung so earnestly. There's so much veracity and passion packed into those lyrics. Take me to church. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Definitely one of my favorite lines of this entire record. Probably from 2014 as a whole. Upon my first few listens through this record, I wasn't expecting the upbeat tracks like Jackie and Wilson, Angel of Small Death, and the Codeine scene, which might not exactly be upbeat, but it's still a romp of a track, and I have totally come around to loving that one. Definitely one of my favorites on this album, simply for the fact that it kind of builds up, has that bluesy styled and influenced chorus, indie instrumentation, mixed with a little bit of modern flair. It has a little bit of everything on that one. Jackie and Wilson has one of the catchiest choruses on this entire thing. Just kind of a dream, just talking to a girl. We'll name our kids Jackie and Wilson, kind of run away off into the sunset type thing. A fun styled song that I was not expecting from Hozier. I already mentioned the beautiful From Eden, which is one of my favorites. Someone New is another one that I'm totally digging. The chorus where he sings, I fall in love just a little bit. That part had me hooked almost instantly. I would hear that part and I would say, yeah, there are some good elements about this record, but it did take me a few weeks to really start appreciating them. Now, there are still songs on the album that I'm not a fan of. There are tracks like Real People Do, and even Work Song that just move at such a slow pace at times that it really doesn't feel like it's offering up anything that this record needs. I need something that's actually gonna drive things forward, and even slow tracks like Cherry Wine can offer that. They can actually have something there that makes you connect with the track and it still be very simplistic and laid back. I feel like Work Song, like Real People Do, are tracks that don't really offer as much. Sedated would be even another one that would fall into mediocre territory in my opinion. But then we get to slow tracks like In a Week, which features Karen Cowley, a singer that I had never previously heard of, but I'm really digging her vocals. That is a slow jam that I am absolutely on board with. This song takes such a beautiful arrangement. The instrumentation on this is very organic, but at the same time, even though it's light, it feels powerful and actually adds so much to this record. It Will Come Back is another one that I'm digging near the end of this thing. That and Cherry Wine are two near the end that I'm really digging. Foreigner's God, I would even say, has grown on me some. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of the lyrical content on that one, but at the same time, the instrumentation surrounding the song has kind of drawn me in and made me curious about repeated listens. To Be Alone is the final track that I'll mention, and I absolutely love the dark, brooding feel that it has. It's very bluesy at heart, but at the same time, there's something there that just kind of feels passionate, almost in a similar vein of Take Me to Church, and he's just singing, "It feels good to be alone with you." I love the guitar on the track and how it's totally a throwback. I'm loving the vintage feel on this one, and even on just some of the blues influenced tracks on this record, the indie tracks, there's really a little bit of a culmination of several different genres on here, so there could be something that you would dig as well. Overall, I'm very surprised on how much I've come around on this album. I think it's one of the best singer-songwriter albums of the year. I recommend you checking it out. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. Let me know your thoughts on the debut album from Hozier in the comments section down below. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video. You can always click right down below. That'll take you to my last review, or you can click here and go to my second channel. I would appreciate it if you check that out. I've got an interview coming next week that's going to be up there, along with a live hangout on Monday. A lot of different stuff. There's a couple of track reviews. I reviewed the new Foo Fighters song, the new Hollywood Undead. Lot of stuff over there, so make sure you check it out. Thanks for watching my review of this debut album from Hozier. Tell a friend about the channel, and I will see you very soon right here on ARTV Beyond the Reviews.